Ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to Talkbowling episode number 24 on twitter.com/John Congdon.
Twitter.com/BHallstrom. Talkbowling is proudly bringing you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling tips and updates on the largest bowling internet website, bowlingballcom.
Perfect. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks. We've been quite busy around here.
Yeah, we apologize.
And now Tony's out sick. How's that?
He's got the pink eye.
Again. Gotta be rough having kids.
It is. Like I would know.
Yeah.
I have 2 dogs.
They seem to always bring home sickness. Anyway,
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the shark oil pattern.
Yeah.
Continuing our series we have going on here.
Right. I think the shark pattern is pretty long, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll start out. Shark pattern is 44 feet in length. This pattern forces bowlers to play deep inside the center of the lanes, like sharks that troll the depths of the ocean.
Ooh.
I think that's a PBA description.
Yeah.
Continue.
Usually, this scoring pattern requires you to play extreme inside angles to get to the pocket after 5 or 6 games once it breaks down. And the scoring pace for this type of pattern is usually pretty low. Actually, just kidding. Scoring pace is normally low for this pattern, medium to high scoring pattern. What does that mean?
Well, whoever wrote this up screwed that up.
Well, that's what happens when you get sick.
My only experience on a long pattern, like I said on the last one, was in that last tournament I bowled. They told me it was a 44-foot pattern.
Right.
They didn't call it the shark, but it was 44 feet. And
Like a modified shark.
Probably. I struggled.
Because those things are dangerous.
Yeah. Ball types you want to use. The majority of the players on tour prefer aggressive balls, while the rest choose medium aggressive balls.
Right.
So you're going to want something that can create that friction and
Yeah,
hook down the lane.
usually on the slicker oil patterns, you're going to want something that's aggressive, maybe duller surface, so you can smoothen out that transition, smoothen out the reaction. You don't want skid snail.
Straight players tend to play around the second arrow, while the tweeners and crankers have to play around the third and fourth arrows.
Gotcha.
And I think, not that I'm a tweener or a cranker, but that's where I struggled. I tried to play extreme outside,
Right.
thinking I would catch, dry down, and hook back in. And I guess I needed to be more up the middle of the lane to stay away from that outside part.
Gotcha. Yeah, so as the, as the lanes break down, most of the players tend to change to weaker balls and migrate towards the inside of the lane. So.
Kind of somewhat standard, isn't it? As lanes break down, they're gonna be drier, so you're gonna move anyway.
Some of the, yeah, for a majority of the times, there's only a handful of times where the lanes break down, you're going to want to move right and try and get away from that transition in the middle. So.
Guess I've never seen quite that.
We have a few results from the Lumber Liquidators shark pattern here.
From this past year, that was
Yeah, that's from the last PBA. We have Rhino Page defeated West Malott 197 to 189.
Those are low scores in
That is
PBA.
fairly low, but we can see here they're throwing medium to aggressive balls. Rhino was throwing a high road, and it looks like West was throwing a cell. That's a pretty aggressive ball.
And then on the women's series, Jody Westner, is that
Yeah.
Westner, defeated Carolyn Doran Ballard 247 to 189. 247 is damn good on this pattern, it seems.
Yeah.
Jody, good.
I was saying, she was throwing it really good.
Was she?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
These type of bowlers tend to play straighter up the lane.
Let's see. Jody was throwing a Storm T-Road solid, and Carolyn was throwing the Brunswick Max Zone and the Swarm.
Right. Those are 2 different looks right there. Max Zone's fairly aggressive ball. Swarm's going to be in the midline. Yeah. And then the Bear Classic, we have Chris Barnes to Tommy Jones 241 to 158. Don't think Tommy really got lined up. It looked like he was throwing a complete envy. But Chris Barnes was throwing one of the most aggressive Columbia balls that was out in the market, the Resurgence. And he looked pretty locked in. He meant business.
You're not going to see Tommy Jones throw 158 very often.
Not very often. I wouldn't bet on that.
He's got to be probably one of the most liked people on the PBA.
Yeah.
He hasn't been out there a lot because I think he got injured, 2 seasons ago?
Something like that, yeah. I have to double check, but
I know that talking to
John Gates?
Yeah. Talking to John and Kendra, they've hung out with him quite a bit. And
Right.
Really like them.
Yeah.
Shall we get to sponsors?
Time for sponsors.
Sponsors. Okay. Wow, this is very awkward. Virtual tournaments is a great way for you to be able to bowl a tournament every week while you bowl in your weekly league. Most tournaments are on the weekends. Most normal tournaments, not virtual tournaments, are on weekends, and they're hard to get to. They're expensive and just difficult to participate in. Virtual tournaments removes those barriers by making it possible for you to bowl in a tournament while bowling in your weekly league. They are year-round. I think Scott Scriber only takes 1 or 2 weeks off during the year, and very cheap and reasonable to participate.
A lot of fun.
Real bowlers, real scores, real money.
Got it. Brookstone. Brookstone is America's #1 retailer of electronics, furniture, kitchen, home office, and so much more. Talkbowling viewers can save 10% off their order by using code SHOWBOWL during checkout. Some restrictions apply. See server details.
Hey, edit. Nailed that. We want to talk about a couple more things. We got new bowling balls coming out.
We have some new balls. We have some different stuff on the site now.
Yep, new features. So going to start with the balls.
Some of the new balls we have to pre-order right now. Storm is releasing the Fast and Furious. Now this is in their hotline. We got a chance to try these out a little bit early, and let me tell you, these things are aggressive. For a hotline ball,
I know.
They roll great.
You look for something that hooks for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Those are 2 great balls. Check out our videos on YouTube.
Right. We have them on YouTube, got them on the site, under Fast and Furious. Check them out.
There's a ton more balls coming out soon.
Oh yeah.
They're listed on the site.
Process of updating all the new balls. We just found out that a few companies are releasing somewhere around 24 new balls.
That's a little ridiculous.
But you gotta do it.
We'll have all the information for you coming up soon.
Right.
Yesterday, well, by the time you see this, it was Tuesday of this week.
Yeah.
We released a new feature on bowlingball.com. Log into your My Account section. If you don't already have one, when you click on My Account, there's a register for free link. You can create an account pretty easily. The latest feature I added, you can now store your spec card. If you've been fit, it's your span, how big your fingers are.
Right, your pitches.
The pitches. And I set it up where you can have multiple spec cards.
That's cool.
So I log into my account, I can have my spec card from today, and if I change it in a year or 2,
right,
I can enter that information. Maybe I try different specs throughout different leagues.
Yeah.
So I can enter that. Maybe you're trying a specific fit for this one ball.
Right.
So you give each spec a name. Maybe you have one for your right hand and your left hand, because some people will try both.
Yeah.
You store your friends' specs. I can get in there, store mine, I can store yours if you're not going to create an account for whatever reason. I'm excited about it. I hope people try to use it.
Yeah, one of the cool features I like, say you're going to a tournament out of state and something happens to your bowling ball, you gotta get a new ball drilled. Well, you really like the way your fit is, you just go to the pro shop, say, okay, I want another ball drilled up, here's my specs.
Somebody could ask, well, why can't they just copy my ball? What happens if you shipped your ball out to that tournament and UPS loses it? You don't have it.
It's very very common, the USBC national tournament. People ship the balls out just a day late. They don't have equipment. So very very cool feature.
Hopefully your pro shop operator won't mind giving you that information so you can store it, so you have it. Just in case something happens, he goes out of business or something like this, you go out to a tournament. Anything can happen. If you have that information, that's great to have.
It's even great for your pro shop operator to store.
If you have any questions on how to use this feature, please let us know. Questions at Talkbowling, twitter.com/Talkbowling.
Yeah.
Leave comments, talkbowling.com. Lots of ways to get a hold of us.
Yes. Now, the answer to last week's, so this question of the week. Now, just to refresh memory, last time we asked the question of the week. The question was, what was the most sanctioned 800 series bowled by a youth bowler? The answer to that is Mark French out of Ventura, California. You know how many 800 series he's rolled?
No, because it's not on my sheet.
Well, that's pretty a lot. Actually, I don't have it here either. But I know, it's 22.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, that was going to be hilarious.
All right, this week's question of the week is, it's going to be a 2-part question. In what year did the PBA go off the air on the ABC? Because they had a long running on the ABC before Saturday mornings. That's where I grew up watching PBA.
It's sad that they're not on there. It was a great thing for the sport that
they
had that much visibility on it.
Nelson Burton, Chris Schenkel, great commentators. So what year did they go off the air on ABC? And also, what 2 rival bowlers bowled against each other for the title in that last television series?
We'll find out next week.
That'll work.
Check out the check out those new videos, the Fast and Furious, the new feature on bowlingballcom, and we would love your feedback.
That is it.
I'm done. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hopefully John Manley won't laugh at us. It'll make it difficult to do the show.
I know.